morning, everybody. It's Connie with the Artisan Company. Welcome back to the channel. It's a beautiful day, so that means it's a beautiful day to make a piece of jewelry. Let's go see what's on the desk. Okay, this is what's on the desk today. I was over at my friend's YouTube channel, Marcia, over at Jars to Jewels. And I'll put a link in my thing so you can go and see hers. But she did these earrings that she called a 60s retro earring. And of course, I love retro stuff. I think it's just so fun and funky. And she had done hers with these really large, she repurposes beads. So she buys these jars and things and takes everything apart and redoes new jewelry with it. So anyway, so I went and I checked out her video and I loved what she did with these earrings. And I thought, I wrote her and I said, girl, I'm going to try to do these. Like, I'm going to do something with these. So what I decided to do is she used a large bead, and I think hers was probably larger than mine, but nonetheless, really cool glass bead that she had. And she used chain to connect it. And you know, in the 60s, we wore a lot of chains and things like that, 70s too. And so I loved it. So what I decided to do to make her concept mine was I decided to do a different kind of chain. So this is where we're going with it. You can see, is this just not the most fun thing ever? Oh my goodness. I loved it and I thought I'm going to do these. So I will put these here. That's where we're headed. So what I've got here, you're not going to need a whole lot of stuff. My big bangle at the bottom, so to speak, I had these in another project that I did a couple of weeks ago. Was I had these Lampwork, I'll get it out in a minute. These Lampwork beads that I had left over. I had a couple left over from the project that I did, and I thought, oh, those would make really fun earrings. So I'm using this, and it's about a 12 millimeter bead. So I'm using those. You need 2 beads, obviously, if you're going to do them. These are a little 1 millimeter size silver bead, so you'll need 4 of those, obviously. You'll need 2 of the head pins. And then instead of doing the fish hook ear wire, which is what I do a lot of mostly, I decided to do the post instead. And this is a kind of a rhodium color post, and it's pretty large. Let me see here. It's about an 8 to 10 millimeter across, this little post is. And I thought that would make it really different as well. And so I've got the little post, and the chain that I used, I found at Michael's. And all it is large decorative hoops connected to small little jump rings. Extremely lightweight. But they're kind of hammered looking a little bit on the edges. And this is just your basic oval jump ring here. So I got this at Michael's, and this is what I'm using. So let's get this project underway. All right, first thing you're going to do is put your main component or your bauble on the end. Oh, guys, I left something out. You will need 2 decorative bead caps. So let me go get those. Okay, I knew the desk looked kind of empty. I was going, something is missing. It's the bead cap. Okay, and the bead caps here, you'll need 4. And they're the same 6 millimeter flower bead cap that I used in the necklace that I did a couple of weeks ago with the floral lampwork beads. So you'll need 2 of those. Actually, these earrings can be worn with that necklace, which is really cool. Okay, take your head pin. First thing you're going to do is put on that little silver bead, that little tiny little guy. Uh-oh, he's so tiny I can't hold him. On the bottom, it's like that. Bead cap goes on like that, and make sure it's in the middle and not on the outside holes. Put on your decorative bead as your bauble, whatever that's going to be. And it doesn't have to be round. It can be square or oval or a piece of stone. It doesn't matter. And then you put on the next bead cap. And then you're going to put on your nice little small. So at this juncture, it should look like this. And this is another pair of earrings you can do in 15 minutes or less. Okay. So, all right, let me get my eyes. The next thing you're going to do is cut the excess off, and I kind of remember where I cut the last one. And you can see I've had these pliers so long, and I don't know if you can see that or not, but I have marked. I've just taken the Sharpie and marked marks on my tool. They have tools now that actually have the marks on them. But back in the day, they didn't have that. And so you can see where the marks. So it's easy to remember where you did something. All right, I think that the hole was about like that. Oops, I dropped it. Yep, cut that there. All right, and then you're going to take your round nose pliers. And that's another thing that I did. These are almost worn off now, but I also marked my round nose pliers down through here. You can see little marks where I've done it with Sharpies and things, so I can remember where I did my loops at. So here we go. I'm going to make a loop there. Okay, now I'm going to mash that thing closed. Whoops. This is the one thing you have to deal with is your everything moving. All right, so there it is. Because it's round, so it just keeps moving. All right, so it should look like this. At this juncture, you should be right here. Okay, let's get to the next part of it. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your chain and you're going to clip off or take off. You can see here, you're going to take off one large hoop with two of the jump rings, the little small oval jump rings. That's what you're taking off your chain. It's not much, but it is a little. Okay, so I'm going to open this up just a little bit so I can get that small hoop off of there. That's it. Nope, it didn't come apart. All right, so I'm taking that one off. And then I'm going to take this one right here, the next one. I love these. I might have to make another pair of these, and with a different stone on them. I just love them. All right, so while we've got this hoop open right here, we're going to connect our bauble. Just going to slide it on there like so. Close up that jump ring. Make sure that it's closed really good and the ends are even. Perfect. Okay. So it should look like this at this juncture. You should be right here. Okay. The last thing is you're going to open up that top jump ring and you're going to slide your post on like so. And you're going to close up the jump ring. Make sure it's good and closed. Everything's even. Yes, and there we go. I'll put my back on here so I can hold it a little better. I got these big flat backs. instead of the little tiny ones. I got the big flat ones because that way it holds it flatter to the back of the ear and you don't have the drooping that you have with the smaller backs. But here we go. Here's your number two right there. I'm so excited about this. And oh my, look how cute these are. Marcia, thank you so much for triggering this idea. And I just think this is just marvelous. Something you can do fast and easy in about 15 minutes, guys. They're fun. They're kind of, these are kind of retro, kind of contemporary, simply because of the chain that I chose. So you can use any chain, any bauble on the end, and just make it yours. Thanks, Marcia, over at Jars to Jewels. Okay, guys, we will see you on the next video. Bye.